last video for today, and the final model for CrossFit proving its efficiency, its efficacy, and its safety is going to be the sickness, wellness, fitness continuum. 3 models down. This is the last model to talk through. Again, refer to What is Fitness article on Google if you want to read more about it or want to see some of the data just laid out in an easy to read format. Whenever you participate in CrossFit, high intensity functional movements, constantly varied, you improve your capacity from sick to well to fit. And we believe that the bigger buffer you have, the more you are in the wellness and fitness side, the longer it's going to take for you to get back to sick. The best example that I can share from my life is when I was in a car accident. I was riding a bicycle when I was living in Oregon about September 2020, so right after the pandemic, and there was a car that I had the right of way, and I was going through an intersection, and a car came out and blindsided me, and it hit me, and I fell to the ground, rolled to the side, went to the sidewalk, and basically went through the process after that, find out like what happened, and had some tears and fractures, fractured left ankle, torn meniscus in the right knee, torn labrum, torn rotator cuff, slap tear in the left shoulder. Those are all things that were diagnosed, but I didn't let that affect my performance in the gym, because one of the things that was happening was like I'd been doing CrossFit for, at that time, 7 years, and so I had built up some muscle mass, I had built up some durability, I had built up some time in the fitness side, so that I only bumped back to wellness. I didn't fall into sickness right away, and so I had some rehab. I worked on a lot of recovery and blood flow for my knees, a lot of blood flow restriction training for my ankles and my shoulder, just to start to get some performance back into moving and exercising again. But that's enough about me. You know, any story you might hear, it's like, hey, it's a good thing that person worked out. You know, they had muscle mass on them. They had a strong bone structure. They had a strong skeleton structure. Like if you didn't, like you might have broken something, or you might have not survived that accident, that crisis. Other measurements that CrossFit looks at is blood pressure, body fat, bone density, triglycerides, good and bad cholesterol. Think your HDL and LDL, flexibility, muscle mass, etc. And so this is part of the importance in getting regular blood work, if that's something that you're into and like your lifestyle supports that and you have resources for it, because they can give you markers on like where you are in this sickness to wellness to fitness continuum. For example, look at blood pressure. 165 over 95 is pathological. 120 over 70 is normal or healthy. When we look at 105 over 55, that's consistent with a high-level athlete. And so maybe your blood pressure is getting closer to that high-level athlete. You miss some weeks, life comes up, you have things that prevent you from being regular gym goer, and you bump back into the wellness category. Hey, that's a great place to be in whenever we're looking at 70+% of the United States being overweight and obese. So like chronic disease as an epidemic in the country, it's like you have CrossFit as this vehicle you could use to really build a hedge against any sickness. CrossFit's more than just the exercises. It's also the diet, it's the lifestyle, it's improving your sleep, it's looking at your life and how can you get better at tracking all of these things so you can improve your health over time.